what do you call it? Joe and I were actually in here in the studio doing something really cool. I had like 2 laptops going, as you can see back there. What's going on up over there? A little Atmos is going on back there. There it is, the clickety clack. I think it's pretty funny. So like we had the technology. Aaron, check this out. It was pretty awesome, dude. So Joe and I were in a StreamYard. I have 2 Apple laptops. One of them's on my lap, and I'm doing the binaural mic thing for the SP15s, and then my other laptop is connected to my Atmos studio. So whenever I hit play, Joe is hearing the binaural of what I'm hearing in the studio. Did you follow? I know.
Yeah,
I know.
That's kind of confusing, but yeah.
No,
well, how did it sound?
I'm able to monitor and kind of get an idea of what he's hearing, even if we're doing stuff in Atmos. So I'm like, hey, do a call out real quick. Let's see how it sounds. And it goes left, center, right. And I can even tell like the angle that his heights are. I could just by hearing it, I'm like, oh, I can tell how high up you have them. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And I know last time you said, Aaron, you're like, yeah, you guys talked about Atmos for a long time last time.
I did. I felt sorry for Michael.
Well, I told him, hey, man, if you disagree, that's the whole point. I like to disagree here. I want to hear a different opinion, and isn't that the point?
No. We're all supposed to agree together.
I mean,
we need an echo chamber is what we need.
Yeah.
No, we don't need it.
So, that leads to something real quick. I was talking to Steve in the Home Theater Gurus, and I know that he has a different opinion than Chana, right? When it comes to like where stuff should be placed. And so I talked to him, I just messaged him directly, right? And it made me think that I think that a lot of times it's it's the viewers, they have their favorite YouTube people and like, this idea that they subscribe to. And I think they kind of want to see some WWE action, they want to see this guy versus this guy. They want to see some beef. They kind of egg it on a little bit. Like, hey, have you seen Techno Dad's thing? Like, of course. I mean, if you're somewhat into this, you're kind of watching to see what other people are doing and other opinions, right?
Right.
But does it have to be like drama? He's like, I don't want to, because I invited him to be on. I'm like, why don't you come on here and drop some knowledge on us, right? Like, there might be some things I'm not thinking about. And I'm like, dude, I don't care about being wrong. If I'm wrong, then whatever. I'm wrong, and then just prove me wrong. And at the end of the day, we're talking about speaker placement. You know what I mean? And so I just thought it was funny. But it's not just speaker placement. It really becomes about, me as a person, am I right? Am I an authority on this? Like, it becomes more about that, the ego part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't care.
That touches all facets of life.
I don't care about being wrong. Okay. Totally cool with it. I will admit it. I've made videos and I messed up and therefore I was wrong. Right. I made a video about how I was wrong. I don't care. I think a lot of it has to deal with the fact that kind of what you were saying, Joe, like these guys don't want to look wrong in a public forum and they're making money selling these home theater designs. I'm not selling you guys anything, not yet, but definitely not selling home theater designs. I want to know, like, I spent is my computer connected? I don't want to deal with it. I know
what you're saying though, like sometimes some people have more incentive to be right.
Right, exactly. And from my perspective, Joe, we didn't get to hear it. We'll hear it later. I did this thing. And I was working on this song for hours just to get one effect. It took me 3 hours to like cut up the audio right, do this and that, and then make it sound, you guys, it sounds so cool. Oh, I was like nauseous. Like I almost threw up.
Oh, I didn't get to hear it. Yeah, I want to hear it.
Like doing this for like 3 hours straight. And I was just like in here and I was just like, oh God, I got to stop. But like, I got it. So like sounds so cool. And I'm like, damn, there's still going to be like 50% of you that won't hear it the way I'm making it because of where your speakers are placed. And it's a lot of it's I just don't think a lot of these people out there, even like whatever, they're following Dolby spec and all that kind of stuff. I don't think they don't understand the disconnect between the creation and the production of Atmos content and the reproduction of Atmos content. Right. Yeah. I do like what Steve was saying though. He's like, mimic what's happening in the studio. Okay, great. We should do that. However, he's talking about the speaker placement in the studio. Unfortunately, that doesn't matter.
Well, we should talk about it when he's on here. How about that?
Yeah.
Just like if we can get him on, that would be great. Yeah. And I think the whole idea is like, we got to make it safe. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want people to think like, oh, I'm going to go on your show and we're going to attack you. Like, it's not even like that. I think it's more, a lot of times, like I'm saying, it's these viewers that are kind of like, they want to see some kind of something to happen. And if they were on and we're just both like, yeah, we're talking about speaker placement. But the thing that kind of hit for me is he said, all right, I don't want drama, right? And I said, do you know how bad that drama would actually be? Let's say if we play it out. Let's try to make it drama, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm watching all these Apple TV shows. A lot of them are really good and they know how to do drama.
Dude, have you seen Surface?
No.
Oh,
but
dude,
real quick, just to stay on point. You know how bad that drama would be? The drama about speaker placement. you know how
hard-hitting drama here.
That would be terrible, and we'd be bored in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's not what you want. If that's what you think you want, it's not what you want. Believe me, it'll be the most boring thing you've ever seen. So anyway, as perspective, you can't even have that much drama about that, okay? So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I kind of what you guys were talking about last week, though. I mean, it sounded to me like the same thing about, you're trying to replicate whatever the engineer or whatever was doing at the time. It's like, the only really way to do that is to know exactly what their setup was and
replicate,
emulate that setup exactly. Otherwise, you're just trying to get as close as you can, but you're going in the dark. Yeah. So in Shauna's case, like he's the engineer that's making it, so he knows what it's supposed to do, right? Like. So I think that's kind of cool, because then you can convey to people, hey, this is exactly what it's supposed to do, rather than them being like, well, this is kind of how it sounds. Is that right or wrong? And they're asking like 50 other people and they've got 50 different replies and nobody knows.
And let me fix my stream quality. People are saying it's bad. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
Yeah,
continue, please.
One of the things when you listen to an Atmos movie, you maybe have 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes if you're lucky, like some really good Atmos, if you're lucky.
Right.
And a lot of the times, the sounds are going so fast, it's so hard for you to actually hear what's happening. And unless you have like a Trinov or even that app, Joe, that you were talking about, and I know Jeremy, you sent me a link for that. That runs through a PC. You can see where the objects are supposed to be or going around in your room. But it's one of those things. It's just like it happens so fast and everything's so quick. If you're trying to just hear it, you're not going to know where the sound is coming from, where it's going. That's much better, Joe.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing. When I can make a call out video, I can make something where it's actually using Atmos and, moving my voice from speaker to speaker. You can hear when there's a hole. Shane has front wides and he's like, ugh, your call outs made my front wides glaringly obvious because it's a different speaker brand than his other speakers, right? So it's not timbre matched. So when I moved my voice from the front left to the surround left, he heard it going through the front wide left and was just like, I need to get another speaker there. So these are the kinds of things I think are cool because, I'm here and, to help everyone. Like literally, I want to make sure everybody's Atmos experience is great.
Right.
That's really what I'm trying to do. Right. Yeah. I don't care if you guys buy something from me or not. I don't care if you listen to me or not. I don't care.
You hope they do, though. All right. If you would like to join us every week on Mondays at, what time is it? About 6 p.m. Central, which is the best time. That's where I am. Make sure you join us at youtube.com/Daily HiFi. We out.